All right guys, welcome back. We are back here today. This is cleaning the barn out part 2. We're gonna finish cleaning that barn out. We got currently getting Dad hooked up here to the bucket. We're gonna try to load a load of scrap metal before, so let's see what we can get into. Oh yeah, she's old school and cool, buddy. I love this truck. This is our old GMC dump truck. It's a V8 gas. Sounds like a race car, but it's not. It's pretty slow. Doesn't have a lot of power, but for what we use it for, it does a great job at it. We just use it to occasionally haul drift, as well as rock, and then we obviously stuff like scrap metal. So it doesn't get a ton of miles on it. For what we use it for, it does good. So we got some scrap in the shop we're gonna try to pick up. We're gonna finish picking up the scrap out of that building we're cleaning up, and then we got a scrap pile here at the shop that just needs to be addressed. So we're gonna try to take care of some of that until the truck's full, and we're gonna take his scrap off tomorrow. Just a lot of it around. So let's see what we can get into. All right guys, we got a load of scrap metal layers. Most of the rest of the stuff in here is either not metal, needs to be thrown away, or stuff we're keeping. So we finished up, forgot the GoPro was in the building, but finished up. We got some out of our scrap metal pile over there, put it on the dump truck. So we'll be back tomorrow to keep going. Good morning guys, we're back at it this morning. Got the truck loaded here. We're gonna get ready to take it to the scrap yard. We got one load of scrap in here. It looks like we're starting to make a dent in the pile, but definitely a lot here. So well, let's get her started. Sometimes you gotta give her some gas, pump it up. There we go. It's a little bit of a cold-natured truck, so oftentimes you gotta let her sit there and warm up. Let's see this again. We're gonna give her a couple minutes. normally the best thing you can do is get it going, get it idling, and then give it about 3 or 4 minutes and she'll take off a lot better. If not, just likes to die a lot. So we're gonna run over to the shop, look at a couple things real fast, and we're gonna head on our way. All right, guys, we're back. We made it back from the scrapyard. I didn't film all that. Pulled on the scale, dumped it off, a bunch of junk. But dump truck's back. Unfortunately, the scrapyard closes at noon, so can't take another load in today. And next week, there's a ton of rain forecasted for our area. Potentially looking at 3 or 4 inches in the next couple days. So I don't want to load another load on that truck in case the scrap metal yard is just a mud hole. Don't want to try to go in there and get stuck and all that jazz. So we're gonna hold off on that. We are going to do probably 2 different things this afternoon. One of them is going to be, we may end up getting this thing washed and taken care of, and then we are going to keep going on that building there in order to keep cleaning it up. There's some more junk I need to just throw away. There's PVC pipe in here and some cinder blocks that we're going to keep those, use them for wheel chocks and stuff. I just want to get them moved out of this building, and so we're going to get started on all that.
Static hum invades my veins marrow. Lights flicker, shadows stretch narrow.
All right, I think we got all the blocks. These are just ones that were just in random buildings and corners and spots, and we don't have to store those inside. Those can be stored outside. So we're gonna back over here where we already got a pile of them and put them there. And if we need them, we can always get them back over there. Messy. Bingo.
Rolling down the strip with the top peeled back. Sunshine beaming, yeah, the west where it's at. Palm trees swaying, cool breeze in the mix. Sidewalk popping, got my sneakers doing tricks. Hey, we riding real smooth.
All right, another buckload of stuff. It's basically just got pipe, fittings, conduit, stuff like that. We have a building over here that we normally kind of store some of that stuff in. We got some old tins, so we're gonna go put it over there.
Real good. Talkbox vibes bring the heat to the hood. Cruising down the boulevard, cypress trees wave. West Coast flavor that'll carry you for days. Oh, the ocean breeze, it calls my name. Seagulls and the sunset in this golden frame. That's right. Late night rhythm keeps it all so tame. So chill, West Coast.
Well, kind of what we got here is just some junk stuff. This is rotten wood, some old pieces of riprap. And really the reason we're trying to clean this up, like I said, these barrels will be gone here soon. We're going to get this stuff on a pallet. We're going to go through some of this cribbing. If the cribbing looks bad, we're going to junk it. But the reason we want to get this cleaned up is because this tote, the red one right there, is going to be our used oil tote now. So instead of filling these barrels up all the time, our plan is to fill this thing up. And the beauty of it is the guy that comes and gets our used oil, which he burns to heat his shop in the wintertime, his big diesel shop that he runs, works on trucks, he said he can just pump out of that tote into his own. And so we're like, hey, that's great. Nobody's got to try to be here to load barrels and all that jazz. So we're gonna try to continue on this. That way we can get this back here and we don't have to mess with barrels anymore. But yeah, let's go get rid of this. All right, now let's unhook. We need the forks. And we're gonna snag 2 of them pallets right there. Perfect. All right, guys, we got 2 pallets. Reason for that, we got some old cribbing back here, and so what we use this stuff for is when we're jacking up stuff and we need some big blocking. As you can tell, some of it, like this stuff's pretty good. A couple of these aren't in great shape. Just unfortunately they've sat out some, and the elements have taken the best of them. So we're gonna set 1 pallet off here to the side, stack the good stuff on this first pallet. The pallets on the tractor, we're gonna put the bad stuff on. And then we'll probably take it over there and put it next to another bundle of wood that we need to find a home for, burn it or get rid of it somehow. Just doing a little cleanup, so let's get started. All right, guys, I think we got her done. So that's the pile of bad wood. That has got all kinds of stuff, old cribbing, pieces and parts of pallets, XYZ. I gotta scrape all this other stuff off, but we're gonna get this cleaned off. These couple pieces of scrap metal we're gonna carry over to the scrap metal pile. We do have our tire changer there, and that old table frame that we still want to keep. But once these are gone, like I said, that tote's gonna sit here. And all we gotta do is roll out from the side of the shop, dump the used oil in the tote. This is our pile of good cribbing. I still left a couple pieces in the shop there. It's just nice to have some when you're working on something. But we're gonna put this pallet away, probably over in the dryer shed over there. And really, the reason we have this, like I said, is when we get into big projects where we're gonna jack something big up and leave it, or just have it in the air and somebody's under it. Number 1, we want a lot of cribbing. That's why we got quite a bit of it. Number 2, we want it to be good. We don't want this stuff to crack and get somebody hurt. So going through this stuff, sorting it out, getting the bad stuff out was probably a really good thing. So let's go put this where it needs to go. All right, we got rid of the junk wood. We got the loader tractor in here. We are going to get these pieces of metal and that dirt and stuff right off of there. We're gonna get that mineral feeder off the top. That mineral feeder is gonna go on that ag tire there. This one right there. We're gonna put that in the cattle lot, so we need to do that and get it out of here. That mineral feeder, or this tote, we're gonna go here, put it on the forks, move it over there, set it where we want it with the lid out front facing. And then probably focus on restacking some of these tires into that corner, that way they're out of the way. These are the good tires we're keeping for hay wagons and etc. And keep going on this project. So let's get her done. All right, guys, we got her cleaned up, swept it off a little bit. So not gonna be a huge deal. Honestly, a good rain will clean this up more than anything. Got some of the junk in there, but we're gonna set that old tote right there now. So let's go ahead and let's get in here and let's get her moved. All right, there it goes. So we got the old barrel in place. We're gonna take its cap off. We'll start filling it. If anybody knows, comment down below an idea or way that you've used maybe a tote similar to this to have kind of a station where you can set filters to drain or dump buckets. We're kind of trying to figure something out here. Haven't totally come up to a conclusion yet, but this will be a lot nicer than 55-gallon drums all the time. This will hold, hoping about, you know, 2.5 barrels. So here we go. All right, guys, took a little break there. Had to do a couple things, but that's in place now. Like I said, last thing we're probably going to do here today is we are going to try and move that table out of here and maybe stack some of these tires over there. And we might try to move that metal yet, I don't know. But we gotta wrap it up. We got some friends coming over tonight, but let's get the last of the trash picked up and done the least, and we will go from there.